This is the D6 generation.
Dice are our vice.
Creating not too horrible content since 2008.
Are you crazy? That's like 400 hours of gamer nonsense.
Oh, I think we're well past that. Hey, and welcome to another episode of the D6 generation, a quality pip, if ever there was one, right, Craig?
If ever there was one.
I'm very excited because
quality pip.
I have mixed feelings today.
Yes,
I'm full of excitement because all three of us are live on one episode. We're not physically together, we're virtually together.
We tried, but
we tried many times. Through the holidays, I had travel, Craig had activities. Raef was doing whatever Raef does, chasing squirrels.
Random stuff.
But I am sad because we have a serious announcement we must make
We
today.
do.
As we looked at all of our challenges to start recording this episode and looking back on 2023 and some of the challenges of getting new episodes out, we kind of reached the conclusion that it is time for the D6 Generation podcast to come to its end. We've had a wonderful,
phenomenal
journey.
Life-changing.
Yes,
Life-changing.
Literally life-changing. I mean, there's so many things that come out of this show. Nicole has an entire career. Craig is an author. Just so many amazing connections. There's so many amazing people we've met over the years.
Yeah.
But I think we're just having trouble putting the right amount of energy in the show, to be fair for you, our listeners. We have many other things going on. And also, the other thing is that, we just have, there's a lot of other great shows out there and there's a lot of choice. And so I think it's time for us to bow out and let the next generation assume the mantle.
Ooh, I like that.
The D8 generation.
The D8 or D6 plus one or whatever we want to call it.
I like that. That's good.
Yeah. Now, but I'm also excited because this is still the annual predictions episode.
It is. No matter what we announce at the top.
That's right. We buried the lead. No one cares that the show's ending. What they care about is how did our predictions do last year?
Yep.
And wait, there's more. So one other thing we should say. So ending the show, we are going to try to keep the full library of the show as live as long as we can. I don't think
as long as we can.
The library out there on the internet. So that will stay. Somebody wants to go listen to back episodes. It'll still be on iTunes, still be all those places. The other thing, though, is we're going to keep all of our social media account. So our Facebook account, our Twitter account, our Discord account. So if anyone wants to jump in there and say hi to us, we're going to be online. We'll still be posting pictures occasionally, or I will anyway, for sure, of our games and what we're up to and whatever we're doing. But also it means that we're going to do a full predictions episode today, the results of 2023, and we're each going to have 7 predictions for next year, right?
Yep.
However, to see the results of next year, we're going to figure out if we should do like one more recorded prediction episode next year, or if we just post it on social.
We have almost a full year to figure it out.
We got 12-ish months to figure this out.
12-ish.
Yeah, because we're a little late.
We got a good 11 months and change.
Yeah, and hopefully we do the next predictions episode like in December, like we normally do. So we're a little behind this year, but we got a lot of listeners reached out to us and was like, hey, I can't start my new year off without the D6G predictions episode. So
right.
We had to do that.
And we can't either.
No. So I want, before we go to predictions, though, each of you have to share a special moment of what the D6G means to you.
Oh, I was going to ask you. I was hoping we would go down that path.
This feels like a Raef special. So we're going to start with Raef.
Yeah.
Give Craig a second to, theatrically think of
gather.
I've already shared my thoughts at the top, all the things. So Raef, what is your special moment?
I have 3.
Go for it.
I have 3. So again, I'm very thankful, Russ, that you had this idea and you included Craig and I in that trip down to TempleCon, now known as Captain Con. And it was really great to do this whole journey with the 2 of you or the 3 of us. Like I'm just very thankful for that. Like I could be on my deathbed and remember that. And I do feel like one of those bands when you hear bands talking about on VH1 or something and they had magic or captured lightning in a bottle. I'm like, the three of us did that and we rode that wave and that was super fun. So that's special memory number one. Special memory number two is, I would say, the friends that I have made that I never might have met but for the show. I'm thinking of Sean here locally in Hampton, listens to the D6G. He lives right up the street. I'm thinking of Doc and Angelo, just, so many different like friends of the show that we got to know. Seppi, friends of the show, and I know I'm doing that thing. We're naming some, I'll exclude others, and not intentional, of course, but just that part of it. And then I don't have a third. So those are the two.
But I always have three. That was so Raef.
I always have three. Yep.
That car trip, just for longtime listeners probably remember this, that was 2008. That's how long we've been doing this show.
Oh my God, Raef. How could you could not have come up with a more Raef-ish? I have three things I would like to say.
But there's only two.
There's only two.
And there is no third.
Oh, wait, I did have a question for you guys. Do you think it's time? I think it is. I think if the show ends, it's no more Raef Hollywood Granger. A name goes with it. I think the name has to end too.
Wow, no Hollywood.
Oh my God, it feels like just
you tried to divorce yourself of that name. I feel like, I don't know, 8 years ago or so, you had to play to get rid of the Hollywood, and we wouldn't let you. Listeners wouldn't let you. You couldn't.
I don't remember that, but
I remember you deciding you were sick of it, and we were like, "Nope, you made it."
Lasted about. I don't think they made a full episode. We decided that was not allowed.
Yeah, if there's a time to sacrifice it on the pyre of remembrance, that would be now.
My memory is I was never sick of it. I always liked it. So that's my memory. I'm not saying you guys were wrong.
It's your truth. It's your truth.
It's my truth. Exactly.
Listeners, feel free to go get that clip and send it to Raef.
Yeah. Please do.
Let's see.
Craig, what are your special memories?
I'm gonna pick three.
Oh, nice.
Because that number really seems like a good number.
Raef,
I am going to say Viva la Pole.
Yes.
I don't know that I've laughed that hard outside of that moment in my life. And all of the laughter and smiles and grins I got from Phil throughout that. And then sadly, we lost him, and that hurt. So that's a bittersweet memory. But oh my God, the laughter when that first came, due to the nature of the poll.
I know.
Yeah.
But I'm also really,
it still gets me.
That's a great memory, because not only was that a very magic moment on the show, but also the ability to, give tribute to him on the show was really special and felt really
absolutely
very special moment for me. That was one of my moments. What else you got, Craig?
I remember our Gen Con episodes in those big rooms full of people thinking, how the hell did this happen?
Yeah.
And I'm not going to count this as two separate ones. I'm going to tie this in. The Adepticon post-poker game nights that we had, where we had 20 plus feet of table space covered in prizes that were all donated to us so that we could make this amazing night. And of course, the Gen Con episodes were always also accompanied by just piles and
tons
piles
of prizes.
Of
yeah.
We were able to give away. And then I'm gonna double down on what Raef said, and all the people that we met, and all the meals that we've shared over the years. I wouldn't be a writer now. I just received the contract for my 12th novel. So
wow, that's great.
I'm very, very, very grateful to this podcast and you guys and our listenership and everything. I will tie in. So technically, I think I'm up to 5 or 6 now. I'm going to tie in that moment when I got that David Weber book.
Oh, yes.
On my doorstep without a return address, and a cryptic message written in it by David Weber that felt like it might be in reference to the horrible review I had just given that book.
I remember that.
Like a week earlier. Like I tanked that book in a Did You Ever Notice
And then
within a week, I got that book signed by David Weber with a really nice. Turns out he never knew anything about the review, and he was just being nice. And it turns out that was actually from Vince, our longtime listener, and now my publisher and friend at Wing to Sar. So there was a lot of things tied in with that one too. But I think that was that was the most frightened I think I've ever been. In regard to because I was like, how did this guy find me? Like, why is he? I wish I hadn't said all those mean things about his book. I mean, I stand by all of that. But
I remember that because we were kind of talking about it on the show before he came on. It was pretty hilarious.
Oh, yeah. Oh, do you remember? Like, Raef wasn't with us at that point. But do you remember when we got to do that entire interview with the whole production team? I mean, that movie or TV show never got made, but that was amazing. We were beamed right into a studio production meeting.
I was going to say, like, I think, Craig, the thing I would add to that, I think the two things that there were a few moments in the show where I was like, I can't believe this is happening to us in a good way. Like, like one of them was the Gen Con events where we had those events and so many people came just to see us. And I'd go out the door and there'd be this line. I'm like, I can't believe this. It was amazing. And people were such good sports. We played the wackiest games. And that was one of them. The other one was the third chairs. So as much, I think the best episodes really had Raef in them, like the early where Raef admitted one. Of course. But when Raef had to step away for a little while, we went to the rotating third chair. And somehow the thing that blew me away was the fact that occasionally we would get some really like legitimately famous people like David Weber in the third chair. And I was like, holy crap. Like we had Ensign Kim on for freaking Voyager. I'm like, what is happening right now? Like, I'm talking to a Star Trek actor.
Yeah, like, Rick Priestley, Matt Wilson.
I mean, Nicole had someone from Blue Oyster Cult on. it was like crazy. Like we had really crazy Margaret Weiss, like really crazy, amazing guests between the three of us plus Nicole. It was like, and that to me was like, oh my, I couldn't even believe that. In the beginning, like the gaming companies were giving us amazing access and really into it before a lot of them kind of got bigger. And
the best part was not to go too far down, but in the very, very beginning, Craig remembers this. I was trying to pitch the idea of getting guests. They're like, you're doing a what? It's a pod. What? Like, so we went the whole gamut.
I don't even know what podcasts were. That's how long we've been doing this. Like, if you were to say podcast now, it went from nobody knew what it was. You would explain the concept. To, oh my God, you have a podcast, to amazing. And now it's back down to, oh, so do my two brothers, my cousin, and my nephew. Right. Like it's like everybody's got a podcast. We've been the entire journey like on this whole thing. Well, I want to share one more memory. You're due several, Russ. Well, my last one, and then we'll get started, is actually about this. So one of my favorite things is the listener participation we've always had. The early contests, the wacky entries, the crazy things people would craft for us and send us, but also the predictions episode. To this day, I'll never forget we first talked about doing the predictions episode. And we're like, I don't know. We can't predict anything. We don't know what's going on in the world. We're just going to say stuff. And people loved it to the point where an entire rule system and ecosystem was built up around this predictions episode, to the point now where the show is much, it's a shadow of its former self due to us because we haven't been putting much time into it. And still, this concept people get excited about and listen to. So I couldn't be more pleased to be. Well, we've been doing it for at least 10 years because I'm looking at my file of results cards, and the earliest one I have is 2014. Nice. So let's jump into it. I think it's time. So the first thing we're going to do one big episode today. So we're going to have last year's results. And then in the second half of this show, we're going to talk about our predictions for next year. And then we'll figure out in the end of the year how we're going to share the results of that. So, but first, we need to remind our intrepid listeners of exactly how, because we're gamers, and of course our predictions are all gamified, and there's winners and losers here, and that's just how it is. It is just how it is. Here's how the rules work. You guys correct me if I get this wrong, but our listeners have helped us build this rule set over the years, right? So first, rule number 1, all predictions must have a quantifiable final measure. So over the years, you can't just say, people are going to like the new movie. You got to say a Metacritic score or a box office number or something that people can go look up, right? First. Second rule, this is the scoring system, which is a bit complex, but it evolved this way because it's really quite good. Yes. First of all, each of us is going to be asked to make 7 different predictions, right? And when you make your prediction, if you're correct, you get 1 point, and you get an additional, after you make your prediction, each co-host will be asked to agree or disagree with that prediction. And you will get an additional point on your prediction for each person who disagrees with you. And this whole mechanic was built so that no one made easy predictions, right? So if I make a prediction like Gen Con will happen in August this year, both Craig and Raef would agree with me, and I would only get 1 point and no bonus points. But in addition to that, anybody agreeing gets a +1 point if they're correct, or if they disagree if they're correct, right? So they're also getting points that way too. All right, the third rule is that all information must be public. So we can't use any insider information. If Craig knows an author, he can't be talking about the book that's coming out or anything.
That's going to publish that none of us don't know about.
It's got to be public information. No insider shading on predictions. And the fourth rule, which is relatively new, but I say relatively because I think it's like 8 years old now, which is the order of your predictions for next year is based on reverse order, or based on the order from winner to loser of the year before. So based on who wins at the high score for last year's predictions, that person has to go first next year, because that gives us advantages on the agreeing and disagreeing situation.
Yep.
And then one more bonus feature, you can kick your prediction up a notch if both hosts agree with you. So if you say a prediction, like movie X is going to do really well and get a 70 on Metacritic, and both of the players agree with you, you can then say, oh, what if I make it 90% on Metacritic? And then if one person disagrees with you, you can stop. So you get one boost option to try to push it so you get a stronger prediction and maybe better score. Did I miss anything, gentlemen?
Nope.
All right. So without further ado, we're going to jump into round 1 of 2023. What did we predict for last year? And I'll start us off, just because that seems to be the order, because I think I was the big loser the year before. Like I've been having a rough go of it. We'll see if I can turn my fortune around. But here we go.
Who did win last year?
Craig, you have the scores. Who won last year?
I do. I
2022. Who won in 2022?
Because of the historic nature of this episode, I'm looking back and getting it all set.
All right, we'll come back to you on that. We'll start.
Yeah, I'll have it. I have it all set.
Raef, I think it was you because you're third on all the predictions.
That's what I was wondering.
Okay.
I'm going to say you were third. You were first.
Last year.
And you were last. Or maybe I
No, siree.
Did I win?
Nope. Last year, Russ won.
Oh, that's right. Then first. That makes
with
sense.
12.
Yeah.
And then Raef with then me with 9.
Yeah, Raef was third.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, I think last year was not a good year for me.
Yeah, winner has to go first. So I was first. I finally had to come back. See if I can hold my crown. So here we go. This is my first prediction. I don't think I'm off to a good start for 2023. So a few years ago now, and I remember this because I was trying to get this game before my younger daughter went off to college, who is completing her sophomore year now and about to graduate, which is
with 2 degrees, I think.
Yeah, it's a complicated story. But a long story short, in any case, this board game is 2 years late. Okay. So I backed the Kickstarter for Monster Apocalypse, the board game. So it was going to have all the factions pre-assembled because board game, yada, yada, yada. Now, Privateer Press, of course, owns Monster Apocalypse, the brand, and does all the miniature gaming version of it. But Mythic Games, who did really cool board games like Joan of Arc and stuff, which I really enjoy, was doing Monster Apocalypse. However, they have yet to get it shipped out. Now, this was during 2020-ish time period. So, pandemic, changes of supply, all that stuff kind of got involved with it, but it still has not shipped. And so I had predicted, though, that in 2023, it would ship and I would get my copy. I was all supportive. And Craig, what did you say?
What did I say?
You agree with me?
I believe I said that I shouldn't be looking too closely at.
You look at the history.
I said I agree. I said, Russ, you deserve this game.
I felt I did, and Raef, you did not think I deserved it.
Yeah, I knew this, the supply chain and it's just not going to work out for you there, Russ.
So,
your enthusiasm.
Mythic has still not shipped this game. In fact, they've done other Kickstarters which have shipped since then, and the fan base is ravaging them over this. Like they're having a huge black eye over this thing. I don't know how bad it is for them. I don't wish any ill will on Mythic, but I'm sad I have not got my Monster Apocalypse yet. But I haven't gone after him for a refund and demand anything. I'm still hopeful. I'm just dare to dream on this issue. But sadly, I get no score. So I get -1 because I'm incorrect.
You do.
And Raef gets +1 because he was correct in disagreeing.
Yeah.
All right. So I'm off to a terrible start. Craig, what was your round 1 prediction for 2023?
My round 1 prediction for 2023, speaking of crowdfunding,
yes,
I like to think that I learn my lessons from my friends' mistakes.
yes.
Mhm.
And I said that in 2023, there will be no crowdfunding for me.
You
Period.
would
You
like
said
to
something
think
about
you
poetry.
learn.
Yeah, no terrain,
No terrain.
no
I said
bits.
nothing.
no bits.
And
no
this was
models.
right after GameFound had kind of taken over gaming, kickstarting.
Yeah.
And so I said that I would do nothing.
And both, I disagreed with you. I'm like, there's no way you
did.
can hold off. There's going to be something super cool you have to back.
You did.
And
I
Raef-
disagreed. I was like, not going to happen.
Yeah, so we
Never
both-
in a
So we made this a
1,000
very
years.
good prediction for you to be right on because we didn't think you could handle it.
That's
So-
true. And the correct answer is I didn't do any.
Really?
What?
Not
No.
one. Not
I
one.
did none. There were
Wow.
several in late 2022, including an Archon Designs exterior D&D settings thing
Yeah.
that took forever, and a terrain crate plants thing. I thought the terrain crate plants thing was in 2023, so I panicked a little bit, but it
Was it
turned out
22?
that it ended
All
right at
right.
the end of 2022.
That counts. Okay, so that's a
So I
3-pointer for you.
backed nothing.
That's a 3-pointer because you get one
That
for
is
being
3
right and then
points
+1
to me.
for each disagreeing co-host. Nice, off
Yep.
to a great start. I got a lot of ground to make up. Raef, what was your round 1 prediction?
Well, in typical Rafe fashion, we're already going to need the two of you to judge the following.
Yeah, you're terrible. With this
Here we
whole,
go. My prediction was I have become a hermit. None-con.
Right.
Non-con. Rafe will
Yeah, yeah.
attend no conventions.
Okay.
That was my prediction.
Right.
Now, we needed to get into it. What size convention? We said Captain Con would count.
Yeah.
But not Granite Con. That'd be too small. Okay.
Okay.
And you both agreed.
Yeah.
I have a memory of attending Captain Con last year.
You
I
have
went
a
to-
memory?
I have a memory. I
No.
thought I was there with Christian's friends.
I did see you there. Yes, because I was there demoing my board game. Yes, you were there.
Okay, but here's the thing. It wasn't in my calendar at all.
Doesn't matter because you were definitely there.
And it
And-
was last year because I want to make sure it was not 2 years ago.
No,
You know,
because it was
time
my
flies.
because I was demoing the board game.
Okay. All right. Then that's my memory is that I was there. I reached out to Christian and he goes, I think that was 2 years ago. So
No.
apparently all of our memories suck.
It was
but
this
okay.
year. It was 2020. It was yes, because that was the board game.
Last
So,
February. Yep. Okay.
yeah.
All right.
So that means no. Is that right?
That means no.
No, that is right. You're incorrect. So that means that unfortunately, Rafe, you get -1.
Yep.
Yeah,
And neither Craig nor I score any points because we were both wrong about that.
that is true.
All right. Moving on to round 2. So I was all excited. I'm a big video game player, as longtime listeners know. I always get excited about sci-fi games. And so if you think way back to the beginning of 2023, everyone was excited about Starfield. Bethesda.
They were.
Now,
Oh, yeah.
Bethesda's the guys who made Skyrim, right? And Fallout. So everybody's a huge fan of Bethesda, or many people are. So Starfield's coming out. It's an open world space, build your own ship, fly your own ship, land on planets, gunfights, the whole thing. Very excited about this game. So I predicted that it would release, which was not a certainty. The game has been delayed several times. So it would come out in 2023. And I also said it would be a commercial and critical success. I quoted that Skyrim was a 96 on Metacritic. And I said this would be an 80 plus on Metacritic. And Craig, I think you now always defer to me of being right about video games.
I
Yep.
think I do.
Yep.
Kind of a thing. So
How'd
Craig,
that work out for me, Russ?
well, you agreed, but
Mhm.
Rafe, you disagreed because why? You just didn't think Bethesda was going to pull.
Yeah, I
through.
just thought your enthusiasm was too
All right.
big. And, I knew it was going to be a big game. I, too, follow video games. Starfield's not my cup of tea, but with Skyrim being what it was, I was like, he's going to fall short of the Metacritic score.
No, I'm glad I picked 80 because I was correct. Not only did it ship, but the Metacritic score was 83. So I had a good one on that one. So that means I will get 1 point for being correct and 1 point for Rafe disagreeing. So I get 2. But Craig, the current leader, picks up 1 for agreeing with me as well.
I do.
Oh, nice.
Yep.
All right, Craig. This is a Cinderella story. What was your round 2 prediction?
Well, speaking of Cinderella stories, Russ. Oh wait, I didn't do that one correctly.
Complicated math.
No, it's okay. I cost myself a point. It's fixed.
That's okay.
All right.
You can make a mess your score up. That's fine.
So, when we recorded these predictions, I could not walk without a limp.
Yep.
Or pedal a bike.
Nope.
Because I had blown out my knee and got knee surgery in October.
I thought you were heading down the road for a walker in the next 3 months.
And you blew it out, not doing that cool macho soccer league that you were in. No.
I think, you know what I would like to think? I would like to think that that I weakened it playing macho old man soccer.
Is that what it
okay.
And then while choreographing the play, I blew it up. But yes, it was showing a student teaching choreography, and not even good choreography, like a lame little spin. But anyway, so I blew it out. And I said before that I could easily run a 10-minute mile and would on a regular basis. And I said by the end of 2023, I would be able to break a 10-minute mile again. Russ, what did you think of that prediction?
I agreed with you. Mostly not because I had
because it would take a really cruel friend to disagree.
That, and I just wanted I wanted you to feel better because I felt really bad.
Well, I appreciate it because I did not feel well back then.
It wasn't really faith in your ability at all, if I'm being honest. It was just well-wishing.
But I'd like to point out, Craig, that a true friend tells you when you have spinach in your teeth, tells you when your fly is open, looks out for you, even if it could be hurtful.
Yeah.
And so I disagreed.
Yeah, Rafe's like buy a walker.
Tells me that I have spinach in my teeth, that sort of thing.
Yes.
Yep.
Right. Well, the fact of the matter is that during the summer, I worked really hard at it, and I did get below 10 minutes on the treadmill.
Verified by a video pic that you sent to Russ and I, which I'd like to point out, we both cheered.
Yes, we did.
Even though I lost points.
Yeah. So that was so I worked really hard at that, and I did it a couple days in a row, and I don't think I've done it since. But I did it.
Okay. That counts. So you get 2 points, 1 for being right and 1 for Rafe disagreeing, and I get 1 point for being correct on the agreement.
Correct.
Yeah.
Lyman out of the basement. All right, Rafe, what was your round 2?
All right, mine was kind of like your Monster Apocalypse. So I funded a game, Robinson Crusoe, which is a survival co-op game. And this had been pre-released before, but they made a new edition and they were going to bling it all out. And I went all in and bought all the bling. Yeah. And it was supposed to deliver. I don't even know when, but last year. Mm-hmm. And that it'll deliver and that I'll get 2 games in.
Yeah.
And then I have a little PSA I want to add to this. Okay. It has not delivered.
Oof.
So I fail.
Yeah.
And I did not get the 2 games in.
Obviously, because it didn't fail.
Now, right.
Boy, Craig's proven to be the smart guy for not kickstarting anything.
Yes, exactly. Now, I just received an alert that any week now, basically. So we'll see for the next predictions. But here's the PSA.
Yeah.
I get the updates, and of course, there's all sorts of gamer rage and all sorts of nerd rage about it. And I'd like to say the following, right? The owner himself writes the things, and I just don't get the sense he's trying to steal. What's there to steal? I think he wants it to deliver. It's supply chain stuff. It's quality control stuff. And I'm sort of like, why does can we just stop hate? No hate. Let's go back to when it was no hate. Right. There's no reason he wants to delay. And so they make it out like, this is ridiculous. And you know what? You can imagine what the comments are. So occasionally people sprinkle in some nice ones, but come on, people, no hate. People are just trying to do their best. And we're talking about board games here. Okay, that's my PSA.
All right. So, Craig, that means that Rafe gets -1.
-1.
You and I both score a point each for disagreeing.
That is true.
We both felt that that Raef
Things
was
could not go well.
Honestly, I thought your Kickstarter would deliver. I just didn't think you'd get 2 games in. That was my feeling. All right. Round 3.
You may get a second bite at that apple.
Round 3. Star Wars Shatterpoint.
Ah,
So I had to actually clarify what this was because not everybody at the time knew what it even was.
nope.
But, it's the Marvel Crisis Protocol version of Star Wars sort of thing. Not really. The rules are different, but it's by Atomic Mass, same guys.
Yeah.
And I feel really prescient about this. I predicted that Craig would get completely sucked in. I predicted that he will own every single model produced in all waves that are available by the end of 2023.
Yep.
Yep.
Then in a separate sentence, I said, he will play at least 2 games with Raef.
Yep.
You both disagreed with me. Certain this was too crazy a prediction. No possible way would Craig buy everything and Raef play the game
For a game he hadn't even heard of.
And yet, I would argue it's correct because Craig did buy, because we went over to Craig's house just this past Saturday, and Craig's like, you got to try Shatterpoint. And he did proudly.
This is how devious Russ is, by the way.
Craig had every single model painted, assemble and paint. I'm like, wow, this is a lot. He goes, it's everything they make. Everything is out there, all magnetized to Magnarax, all beautifully set up. Amazing terrain because Craig, all beautifully painted. It's all also the official, Shatterpoint terrain too, because why would you not? And then I come to find out we're playing with Raef, and Rafe's like, oh yeah, this is my second time playing.
I cannot believe how dialed in you were on this. And
okay,
the best part.
Wait. These are the 2023 predictions.
All I said was Raef will play at least.
These are you said that in the 2023 predictions.
No, what I'm saying is
I'm saying that it was the 2023 predictions.
This prediction says it clearly has a date, but the date is only when you'll own everything. And then it says Raef will play at least 2 games, and here we are.
Yeah.
No,
here we are.
No, I'm going to say no because
Raef?
It says clearly in the document heading 2023 predictions. That did not happen in 2023.
It does.
Just because we're lazy and we're late.
No, I think if you recorded earlier, you'd have been safe. But now you're recording this date, and here we are.
Yeah, I'm in Russ's camp. I'm persuaded by the power of his prediction and
ridiculous,
and by the fact that he didn't even organize game 1 or game 2. You organized game 1, and Dave Farr organized game 2. So he's so reminiscent, or whatever the word is, prescient. What's the word?
Yeah.
Prescient. Yep. That he was able to prognosticate.
Some days, you get the vision.
I disagree. I'm on record. Disagree.
So that is 3 points for me because
asterisk in this victory if you win, Russell. Asterisk in the scoring.
I think I am not proud.
He gets it from the spirit of the rule, and I'm not going to be so shameless as to say I'm going to argue a similar argument later on.
Okay.
So I'm going to argue against your similar argument.
I'll have to back you up. All right. Craig, what was your
this is, you know what? This is a kleptocracy.
I'm playing the metagame right now.
This is ridiculous.
Nope,
the corruption is running rampant.
We're going to exercise the tyranny of democracy here.
Yes. 2 wolves voting on 2 wolves and a sheep voting on dinner.
Exactly.
Yeah.
All right, Craig. Who or what was your round 3 prediction about?
Who or what was my round 3 prediction?
I lose points in that too because I disagree. Just for the record,
you don't lose any points. You just don't gain any points.
Yeah. I said that by the end of 2023 because these were 2023 predictions.
Well, I had a 2023 date in mind too, just not in the second sentence.
Yeah, right. Which you, if it was Raef, you would argue that made it wrong. But that's
I'd give it to him for the same softball reason.
No, Craig is right. He would have argued that,
Craig,
right?
You didn't commit here, man.
I see the point, even though I disagree.
All right.
I said that by the end of 2023, we would learn all about Henry Cavill's Warhammer Cinematic Universe. We would find out what the story was, what the factions were that were involved. I said that they were gonna fast track it, so we would know all kinds of stuff because Games Workshop would want to fast track it, and Henry Cavill had just been dropped as Superman and had just left
Witcher. Yeah.
Witcher. So he was absolutely going to want to fast track it. Little did I know the guy had like, I don't know, a career. Made a bunch of movies in 2023, apparently. He was a little busy. So, so nothing. Well, that's not exactly true. Games Workshop literally just within a month or so announced, we have finalized the deal with Amazon. We are now ready to move forward. That's it.
Is Cavill attached
nothing.
or no? Do we know if Henry Cavill's attached?
Yes, Henry Cavill is attached.
Right.
As an executive producer,
forward,
and he'll probably be starring in the first TV show or movie or whatever it is.
So there's no nature of it. We don't know anything else about it except that Henry Cavill's in it and it's $40K.
Correct. So, Russ, you agreed with me, so you don't get anything, which gives me great pride to press those keys now. And Raef disagreed with me, and so he gets a point.
And you get a -1 for being wrong.
Yeah, I already got that.
Okay, got you back.
All right.
Raef, what'd you do? What'd you say?
Yet again, in typical Raef fashion, Raef just likes to play behind the fluff of things, and he's really excited about playing 40K Kill Team, and he just wants to paint his squad. But Russ says, we got to put a number behind it. So he says, we'll paint 10 orcs, table ready. I'll be right back. I got all excited. Because
did he get them done? Is he bringing them out? Oh, my goodness.
Okay. I painted
9.
My orc squad.
Oh, yeah.
Wow.
That looks primed. Oh, his colors on there. Nice. No, good. Great.
Okay.
They look awesome.
They got jean jackets.
Yeah.
Okay. I painted my whole squad, Craig.
Nice.
How many's in the squad?
Is it not 10?
It's 9. So here I am, all prepared to be yelling at Russ to be like, I didn't write 10. You wrote 10, but I agreed to it. But I painted my entire.
I think this is worse than my infraction.
I painted my entire squad.
Mine's correct by the letter of the words written. Yours doesn't say I'll paint my squad, which happens to be 10
correct,
orcs.
but you write
just
the
says
document.
I will paint 10 orcs.
I blame you. You write the document. Now it's my fault because I didn't correct it.
Well, it's also doesn't matter because we both agreed with you, so
right,
it's a wash.
It's a wash. Nobody gets.
I don't care. I just want to. I paint.
Or it's actually not a wash because you lose a point.
I don't care. I not
Craig,
playing.
you can back him up here. You can back him up here and give it to him.
No, I'd like to be consistent. Thank you.
All right.
So let it be known
by the letter of what we've written in the 2023 predictions document.
Or I lost a model. It's possible I painted one and lost it, but I don't think so.
Well, that would be an expensive lost model, Russ.
It would be. Yeah. GW prices me. All right, moving on. Round 4. We should do a score check. Craig,
you want to do a score check?
Yeah, we're about halfway through here.
Yeah. At the end of prediction 3, the score stands at Russell 6 points, 3 of which are stolen. Craig 6 points, one of which should it be one more than that. And Raef is at a -1. But as we know, Russ and Raef, anything can change. This game changes on a dime.
Anything can happen.
Anything can happen. Even though the points aren't doubled. Okay, moving on to round 4. All right, I feel so bad about this prediction. I didn't really get it, but I was in the spirit.
Really get it.
Okay, so the exact prediction was I had quoted a long time coming. Yeah. Dungeons and Dragons Honor Among Thieves movie. So this is movie hasn't come out yet. It came out last spring. This is December of 22. I'm like, I believe in this movie. It's not going to suck. I said it was going to do very well. Now, the last D&D movie prior to Honor Among Thieves, the last D&D movie was a 14 on Metacritic. That's bad.
Yeah.
And I said, no, Honor Among Thieves will be a commercial success. I don't know why I picked commercial. I should have just said critical success. But I picked commercial for some reason. And I said it would end the year in the top 5 highest grossing movies.
Which is why we said we disagree.
And maybe I had to kick it up. I don't remember. But so
I think you might have had to kick it up because we all liked it.
Yeah. So Craig,
we weren't gonna diss it in the predictions.
But you're like, no, I don't want to like any movie with Dragonborn.
I did not say that.
And then Raef, did you agree or disagree?
I disagreed.
Yeah,
I'm pretty sure you came pretty close to right out of the gate with some because you get so excited that you just put all these parameters.
I do get very excited.
I love when you do that.
I was definitely incorrect. So it did do well. I should have said critical success because it's a 90% on Rotten Tomatoes, which is really good. However, and it did make decent money. It made $208 million worldwide. However, I did a little research on this because I wanted to feel like I was right. It was only ranked 27th, and some pretty bad movies got higher than 27. So it was pretty hard to argue that. And there's no sequel confirmed yet because it was so expensive to make. So it was a $150 million movie to produce, $208 million made. And everybody's like, if you could do the sequel for cheaper, maybe, but right now that's too expensive. So sadly, it was not a commercial success. However, it was a critical success, but that's not what I predicted. Yeah. So I get -1, and you both score +1 for being correct on disagreement.
That did happen.
Craig.
That is how that worked out.
Craig, what was your round 4 prediction for last year?
My round 4 prediction, well, clearly I know a lot about how Hollywood works. And so my prediction was that in 2023, James Gunn, who was just taking over the DC stable of characters and movies and whatnot, was going to continue axing major DCU properties, which he had already axed or switched characters or announced that actors were no longer going to be playing those characters, Superman, Wonder Woman, and Aquaman. So he was on a tear.
Oh, yeah.
I predicted that he was going to continue on that tear, and he was going to cut at least one of his own works, one of the movies or one of the groups of characters that he had introduced, mainly Suicide Squad or Peacekeeper.
Mm-hmm.
And I defined axed, meaning either completely removing it from any future schedules or rebooting it with all new people. Well, sadly, that not only did that not happen,
right.
Peacekeeper season 2 has already been announced. And although a Suicide Squad sequel has not been announced, there are 3 new shows in the James Gunn-led DCU that feature characters from the Suicide Squad. So sadly, I get a -1 on that because I was wrong. But you guys, I must have included so much information.
Yeah, we were overwhelmed.
That you guys just agreed with me. And so
I was leaning into your rep of being a regular Steven Spielberg. So I was like, yeah.
Oh, yes, absolutely.
Yep.
Yeah.
So I got a -1 on that one, and you guys got a big old goose egg each.
All right, Raef, here's your comeback opportunity. What was your round 4 prediction?
All right, now it's over to you, Russ. My prediction was that you will do something you never thought you would do.
I kind of feel like it's incumbent on the predictor to, I mean, like,
you squawked about it
the entire year. Like, did I think I was going to cross the street when I was visiting that one town? I don't remember. Like, I don't know. This is pretty vague.
No, the way you'll
it's not something you didn't do before. It's something you never thought you'd do.
You never thought I would do.
The answer is you would know. Like, you never eat oysters and you ate oysters.
Yeah, there was a time like back in 2012 or so, I skydived, and I never thought
it'd be something like that.
Yeah, but I don't think that I did anything like that this year. I'm trying to remember.
Okay. You traveled a lot, but you've always traveled.
I've always have traveled.
Yeah, he's always traveled.
Really, yep. If it had been like Japan, I really want to go to Japan.
It'd be something like, you're not a dancer, and Nicole's like, hey, let's go to this dance club, and you danced, or something like that. So my point is, you would know.
Yeah, I don't.
Yep. No, that's a fail.
That kind of stinks. You had that in the palm of your hand. You could have just done something yesterday, because clearly, it doesn't have to happen in 2023.
Wow, that's true though. That's true, but I didn't. Oh, I know. I played Shatterpoint. I never thought I'd do that.
Oh, okay. That could count.
I'm not counting that. It didn't happen in 2023.
Because you notice I didn't predict I would play Shatterpoint. I predicted Raef would play Shatterpoint.
All right. All right.
I don't know, Raef. I'm trying to give you the spirit of this one, because we both agreed with you, so it's not even a real big point shift. I just can't.
Right.
I'm just trying to be honest. I can't think of anything.
You would know. The whole point of it is a year later you would know. So that would mean you didn't.
I mean, it's the kind of thing like okay, so I attended my daughter's 21st birthday in Detroit, in this beautiful little this bed and breakfast in northern Wisconsin. And it's the kind of thing like I can't imagine when I was younger that I would ever have a daughter who was 21 years old. You know what I mean? Like,
No, it's not that. No.
But that's like, can you believe you're at this stage of your life more than it is like,
no,
I'm going to try a daring new thing, kind of.
It'd be like you got a tattoo and you're not a tattoo guy. You danced in the Champs-Élysées or something. However you say that, Craig.
No, I didn't like race a Formula One car or.
Yeah. You raced a Formula One car. Yeah, exactly.
Sadly, now you're making me feel like my year was kind of blah.
Sounds like it might be. You might need to get it up a notch.
I guess so. So sadly, I can't think of anything, Rafe. I tried though. I feel like I tried. Nope. All right. So we both agreed with Rafe on that. So I guess I was feeling optimistic about my things I would do this year. So basically, it's a big zilch. A -1 for Rafe and 0 for you and I. Right?
Yep, indeed.
All right. Round 5. Here's one. I predicted that we'll be getting the band back together with some kind of in-person campaign in 2023. Not so much an RPG, but miniatures or board game. It will last for at least 2 months, and it must include the Hermit. Now, the reason I said the Hermit is because if you remember back to question 1, Rafe declared himself a hermit.
Yep.
And so Rafe was the Hermit, right?
Non-con.
So I believe, well, Craig, did you agree or disagree with me on this?
With this particular one, I disagreed.
Yes. And Rafe, you felt confident about this one.
Yep.
And you may have felt confident about it because we were both kind of, I think about this time, Mark IV was already out and we were chatting about it. But I'm going to argue I got this one correct.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Rafe and I have been playing in-person War Machine now for pretty almost every Tuesday with a few exceptions.
Yep.
For the entire year. So way more than 2 months.
Way more.
War Machine, miniature game. And as I noted in the response here, Rafe is the Hermit. So it was only 2 of us, but it was the Hermit, which I think is a pretty good get.
Yep.
Yeah.
And so I'm going to argue.
I mean, I think it's a crock because it was just the 2 of you, but I also think technically that's a campaign, and you guys did do it religiously.
And it is actually a campaign. Like we're actually playing through the Black Tide.
Yes.
We're actually
it's
in the
not just
second
random
season
games.
of the Black Tide campaign.
Yeah.
We've gone through an entire first campaign, and now we're playing a second campaign, which is pretty rare. Usually we peter out of these things. So, so I'm excited. So that
I disagreed because I always think a campaign requires more than 2 people, but it doesn't.
I did use the term we, but we could be 2 people. So
that is true. We is absolutely a plural. And
well, band too. The band suggests a larger.
Well, I think the one that got me in trouble, Craig, was the Hermit, because Rafe had just said I don't game outdoors anymore or outside of my house.
Yeah.
And I'm like, it will include. I bet the kicking up a notch was Rafe. I bet I had to add Rafe.
Yeah, I think it probably was.
That's what got Craig.
That's probably what got me to disagree.
Yeah. And Rafe was like, nah, I'll play you. So
I was feeling good about it.
Yeah, no, you guys absolutely deserve that for all the work you just put into it.
So I get 2 points for being right in Craig's disagreement, and Rafe gets 1 point for agreeing with me.
Yeah.
All right. So, Craig, you were starting to feel about Shatterpoint, though. What was your round 5 prediction?
Well, I did have a Shatterpoint prediction, Russ, and my Shatterpoint prediction was incumbent upon the fact that it focused completely on the Clone Wars when it came out.
Yeah.
And all of the teased releases were Clone Wars. So I think at this point, the starter box and Count Dooku and General Obi-Wan Kenobi had come out.
All right.
And I said that by the end of 2023, they will have at least announced or showed additional properties beyond the Clone Wars.
Oh.
And Russ,
I agreed with that. I felt, I felt good about this.
Yeah. And Rafe.
Sorry, I was fixing in a prediction. Disagreed.
You disagreed. And just a few short months later at Adepticon, they did a giant slideshow where they showed the entire crew of the Ghost, which is from Rebels.
Oh, yeah.
And they showed several packs from Return of the Jedi. And then accidentally somebody at Asmodee released a picture of the Darth Vader and Obi-Wan the Hermit diorama pack from the actual TV show Obi-Wan Kenobi.
Me and Obi-Wan have that in common. So
yes,
You're hermit.
I want
clearly you're not a very good hermit.
my post D6G's days. I want to be Raef, Obi-Wan, Granger.
Okay.
Right. So that means that Craig,
that means that I got 2 points because Rafe disagreed with me.
and I score 1.
You score 1 because you agreed with me.
I did.
And that's what happened there.
All right. In
round
an
five,
attempt,
Rafe.
in an attempt to get myself to do something, I made a prediction, although that never has motivated me in the past.
Nah.
I said I will meditate at least 100 days. I kept scaling it down because I wasn't meeting my objective.
All right.
Yeah.
I'm happy to report I did not do it.
And
Why are you happy to report that?
Well, something else did happen, which is I also made, this wasn't a prediction, but just for my own health, I wanted to ride the Peloton and or do a Peloton exercise 5 days a week for a year. And I did do that.
Oh.
Now, not every week was a 30-minute ride, or not every instance. Some was a 10-minute stretch, like if I had a cold or something, or some was a 10-minute core workout. But again, not a prediction, but I'm pretty happy with myself that last year I rode the Peloton literally 5 times a week for 52 weeks, which I was pretty
that's
impressed.
probably
That's
healthier
good.
for you than meditation.
Yeah, it's probably it's good for my heart. My heart went
There's mental health and physical health, so I don't know which one you're hurting or helping more, but maybe you feel better mentally because you're better physically.
Yeah, maybe that's what it was, Russ.
Yeah.
I like the angle there.
So I disagreed with you because I wanted to motivate you. See,
yeah, sure.
I feel like if I disagree, it's going to motivate you to get that extra point.
Yeah. Mhm.
But it didn't work. But
Nope.
Craig, did you agree or disagree?
I agreed because I like to be a supportive friend.
Right,
and
Craig's
not
a good
point
friend.
out the broccoli and the teeth.
He's a good friend. Yeah.
So sadly, so you being incorrect means that you're Craig being a good friend gets no points.
No.
Yep.
You get -1, and I get +1 for being a good motivator.
Yep. You do. Yes.
All right. Round 6. No one wants to be a bad motivator. Then you can't get out of the Jawa sandcrawler.
That's
Okay,
right.
round 6.
You
Here we
have
go.
to-
I had feelings about Xbox Game Pass. You know,
Yeah.
it kind of had a good year in 2022. 25 million subscribers, $4 billion in revenue, like boom. So I predicted that because subscriptions are becoming so powerful. So the thing about Game Pass that's really pretty cool, in addition to getting a library of games, you just pay a flat monthly fee and you can play any of these games like Netflix. Also, you can stream them. So you can stream them on a low power laptop. You can stream them on your PC. You can stream them on an Xbox. You can stream them on your phone. You can stream them on televisions now, like Samsung right out of the box, for example. So I figured because of this, Microsoft would not announce a more powerful console in 2023. Instead, I felt they were going to double down on their streaming and try to build their content library even more, kind of like the Netflix play. So, and I even said they're going to become the Netflix of gaming. So I said to measure this thing, you could expect their subscribers to break 40 million in 2023, and they'd announce an additional acquisition beyond the Blizzard announcement, because they already announced Blizzard Activision already going into, they hadn't finished it, but they'd announced it. So we knew that was coming. That was my prediction. Craig, how did you feel?
How did I feel? Well,
Yeah.
you are you, Russ. And so when you make a computer prediction, I go follow you blindly into hell.
Well, okay. Sorry for you.
You might want to check
Raef?
that strategy, because I don't think he's been right on that for about 3 years.
He has not.
No, I really
Well,
haven't.
no, I think I won 1 point doing that.
All right. I disagreed. I didn't think you'd make, more specifically, I didn't think you'd make the subscriber mark. But.
Yeah, I was actually wrong on both. So now they've confirmed that back in September they did hit 30 million. And they haven't put new numbers out. So they could be at 40 million now. They haven't shared it, so we don't know. But they didn't go down, so that's good. They're still growing. And there was no new console announced, so that's good. So I was directionally correct. However, they also did not announce any new acquisitions, but they did complete the Activision Blizzard acquisition this past fall. So directionally I was correct, but I was too aggressive on the actual prediction, so I was incorrect. So I get -1, and Raef gets +1 for a disagreement.
And I get a 0.
You do.
Yeah.
All right, Craig, what's your round 6 prediction?
So, in an attempt, I guess, to be motivational,
Yeah.
you both disagreed with me on this one.
Yes.
I said that I would get 4 games of Black Powder, Epic Battles, American Civil War in by the end of 2023.
Yeah.
And I didn't get any because it took me forever and a day to paint
your
the Confederates.
4,000, right? Because you had 2,000 Confederates and 2,000.
Yeah, it's I'm about halfway done with the Union now. I'm still painting. I'm still gonna get these games in. It's gonna be good. But
meanwhile, you painted all of Shatterpoint. Plus
well, I stopped.
2,000 Confederates and then some ungodly number of Union.
Right.
I will say this. I do not find painting these 15 millimeter hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of models rewarding until the very end of the process. Then it's rewarding, but it is so much work before you get to the stage. And I've actually tweeted this out and I asked for like some advice. A lot of people said do it in small, like don't do the whole army, like one color, then another color, then another color, do like one sprue at a time. Yeah. I tried that. I couldn't do that. I wasn't making enough headway psychologically. So I went back to just doing the whole thing, and eventually I will have it all done, but sadly, not now. And as I have continued harping on, we are not even in 2023 anymore.
Right.
So I lose a point there. And because both of you were being such good motivators, apparently, you each gain a point.
Yes. See, being a motivator is good.
We knew the size of that project.
We knew that that was a project, dude. That was
it was.
Okay. Raef, what was your round 6 prediction?
Yellowstone being so popular.
Great show. Was
going to have people quitting their jobs. Russ, you're going to be at your work. 2 product specialists are going to get up and go, that's it. I quit. I'm going to go.
I'm going to Montana.
Right. I'm going to go see Rip and I'm going to be his friend.
Okay.
And sing songs. That I said, people will want to be a professional cowboy, and there'll be an article in a major business magazine stating people are leaving their careers to become cowboys. Yeah, and I don't have access to the document, so let me read you the URL title. The title: a perplexing percentage of people claim they'd quit their job to be a cowboy.
They claim no. They claim they would quit their job.
Yeah,
they did quit their job.
Let me finish. 26% named the most appealing aspect of ranch life is the great outdoors.
Yeah.
Right? Fresh air and wide open spaces and a large ranch house on the land.
Yeah, but
now you'll both be happy to know.
Okay.
No major business article said any of that.
Okay.
What this comes from is talker.news.
But not only that, even that article doesn't really support you, because that just says they polled people and they said, I dream of becoming a cowboy.
Correct.
They're not actually leaving their jobs to become cowboys.
Actually, yes, that's right. I was surprised I even found that. Actually, what most headlines said when I Googled something about that, it said being a cowboy is the worst job on the planet. Like it's really hard and it's miserable.
I don't think Yellowstone makes it look easier or fun, honestly.
No, if you're paying attention, it's not an easy job.
And surprising no one, we both disagreed with him, Craig.
Yeah, surprising no one. Yeah.
I don't think at that point we were motivating anybody. We were just like, this is an insane prediction.
That was just like kind of confused.
Hey, you know what it dawns on me? You know when you were playing 40K back in the day and you're just getting spanked, right? Craig is there and his Imperial Guard, and you create a new game for yourself within the game to make it have a game. I'm trying to net out at 0. I've got some minuses. Okay. I've got some pluses. I'm hoping that I get a 0.
I like it.
You want me to give you a spoiler alert? Because now you're at 0.
We're at round 7. So, Raef, it's all to play for in round 7. So in that last question, Raef got -1, and Craig and I both got +1 because we disagree with them.
Yes.
We're going into round 7. What's the score going into round 7, Craig? So we can
The score going into round 7 is Russ has 10 with an asterisk.
Okay.
I have a solid 8 that any Supreme Court justice would agree with. And Raef is at 0.
Okay. All right. So, and it's all to play for here.
Yeah.
Raef could fall off the 0, which would be bad for him, or Craig could pass me because 2-point lead is not much. I can get a -1, Craig gets 2, and it's over.
Well, we'll see.
So
I think this one's going to be a fight.
And actually, I don't think I'm in a good condition here. So my prediction in round 7, the final prediction, I always like to have sort of a little bit of a crazy prediction somewhere in here about sort of an optimistic future of mankind kind of thing. So, and that was doubly good because I just found the show For All Mankind on Apple TV, which is an amazing show.
It's a great show.
And fantastic show that does an alternate history on the moon landing where the Russians beat the US to the moon and it becomes this giant race. And because of that, the space race never really ends and goes on and on. So I was really excited about it. And so my prediction was that the race for the moon is back. And NASA's targeting humans back on the moon in 2024. But I predicted that someone will beat us and that humans will be back on the moon in 2023, but it would not be the US. It would be China, India, Russia, Israel, which, by the way, all 4 of those countries have put machines on the moon and one more.
But no people.
So, Craig, you had no dreams for humanity and you disagreed with me.
No, I'm looking at a dark dystopian future where we're just rock bound until we beat each other to death with rocks.
And then Raef, though, you were a little more supportive.
Yep, I thought it would happen.
All right. Well,
which is great because, hey, Raef, that maintains your 0.
I know. Unfortunately, I have to say I was incorrect.
Yep.
So, because I specifically said humans would be back on the moon. That did not happen. Now there is,
but in true Russ fashion,
it's directionally
your
correct.
Self-report starts with directionally correct.
It's directionally correct
because there actually was an article about Japan just for the first time landed a device on the moon just this past month, like right now in January 2024. They launched it obviously in 2023. And in this article, they're talking about the moon race being back because Japan's the 5th country now, in addition to the United States. And Artemis is still on track for landing but now I think it's on 26. So I think original Artemis is 24. So they're behind a little bit.
I'm sorry, Russ. What year did it land on the moon? Was it
what?
2024? Was it?
Oh, Japan. Yes, but it wasn't people either. It was.
I know. Just directionally correct.
It's directionally correct, meaning that people are trying to get to the moon.
I get it.
And China's got a plan.
It's aspirationally correct.
So it wasn't a crazy prediction, but it didn't happen. So, unfortunately, I get a -1.
Yeah.
Raef scores 0, keeping it right tight on that 0. Yeah. Craig gets +1 for
I'm right on your tail, Russ.
He's gaining.
I know.
I'm right. Well, actually, right now, we're tied.
Yeah, it's 9-9. Right now, anything can happen. It's all to play for. And Craig, here comes your question.
Here it comes.
What was your 7th prediction for 2023?
My 7th prediction was that by the end of 2023, we would know that the Liam Hemsworth Witcher had been canceled.
Oh.
And that they were not going to go on doing it without what's his face?
Henry Cavill.
And turns out that did not happen.
Yeah, sadly, they're still going forward.
Rumors abound right now that the show is going to be canceled, especially after the very successful series Shadow and Bone, which is another fantasy series, got canceled.
Yeah.
But no official announcement has been made. So I did request that we hold off recording this for a few more weeks, but Russ said no.
No, but you said by the end of 2023. So
did I? See, damn me! And am I actually playing the game by the rules?
All right. So
that's -1 to me.
And Raef and I disagree with you.
Raef is ruining his goal.
Raef, you're a positive number.
You're at a positive number, and Russ is now at 10. So that was a 2-point flip. We went from 9-9 to 10-8.
Now, can I look
across the finish line? It all comes down to Raef. So the game is now beyond my reach. Russ is locked in the win.
I'm trying to limp across the finish line here.
Yep.
Raef,
well, can't you get a point if you were to agree or disagree properly?
I can, but he's 2 points ahead of me, and he can't lose a point on your.
Yeah.
Okay.
Most I can do is gain a point.
Well, the theme of this episode is, in typical Raef fashion, he's just an idiot.
Yeah, but you can end at 0, Raef.
Mean to yourself.
I can end at 0. Yeah. And I'm not an idiot due to my predictions. Those are just predictions. I'm an idiot for the following. I predicted that the World of Warcraft MMO Warlords of Draenor classic version will be announced in 2023.
Uh-huh.
In my idiocy, because I never research anything.
Did they announce it in 2022?
No, I got the order of the Xbox confused.
Uh-oh.
I thought it went Wrath of the Lich King, Warlords of Draenor, but that's not the progression. The progression is Wrath of the Lich King, Cataclysm, okay? Then Mists of Pandaria, Barry, so I was off by a couple. So I just didn't know the right X-Pack timelines, which some listeners pointed out right away. They're like, hey, Raef, that's not the order. So in what does Russ call it? I was directionally correct.
Yes.
by if I would have said the next expansion after Wrath of the Lich King, which was Cataclysm, which has been announced, blah, blah, blah. But I didn't say Cataclysm. I said Warlords of Draenor. So I'm wrong.
Yeah.
All right.
Well, which results in what, Russ?
Well, let's see. Raef would get a -1.
Which would result in...
Craig and I both agreed.
So we get 0.
Yeah.
Which results in
score?
Raef, you
getting my 0.
Your goal.
Yeah.
Yes.
Woo! Except there's the bonus round.
Yeah, but the
if
bonus
Raef is
round,
right in the
I
bonus
don't know
round,
what we were thinking with the bonus.
If Raef's right in the bonus round, he gets +1. So the bonus round is before final score, each of us predicted who would be in the lead. And if you're correct, you get +1 point.
Yeah.
I believed Craig would be in the lead.
And
It'd be neat
I
for me to get a
believed
tie.
I would be in the lead.
Yes. And Raef, if you predicted me being in the lead, you would go back to 0. You'd get +1.
No, you'd go to
Right.
a +1.
Yeah. But who did you predict, Raef?
I predicted Craig.
So,
Which
sadly,
is bizarre because that meant that the score wasn't going to change at all.
None of
Right.
us then
No.
gets the bonus point. So what's the final score, just so we know there, Craig?
The final score is Raef at 0, Craig at 8, and Russ at 7 with a provisional 3 for cheating.
7. Oh, that's a 10. Got it. Okay. 10. I'll take the
So
asterisk.
Russ wins with 10 points because Raef agreed with him. Again,
Yes.
the sheep voted with the wolf.
There we go. Okay.
That's right.
All right.
Now,
Well-
wait, I'm not done, though,
Okay, you go.
because I've got a couple historical numbers to throw at you now.
Sure. Okay.
In 2013, we did not do a prediction episode. We actually did a New Year's gaming resolution.
Okay.
So the first year we did this was 2014.
Oh.
Okay.
So I have all of the results now in front of me. Now, yes, in 2023, Raef got 0 points. But before that, only one other person had successfully gotten exactly 0 points. And that person had done it twice.
Oh, nice.
And that person is Russ.
Russ.
Aha. Woo!
Russ started this adventure in 2014 with 0 points and ended it with 10 points. So well done. But then right in the middle in 2019, you got 0 again.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm good at that.
All right.
I have never got a 0. And looking at the score now, I'm going to declare myself mainly because of these shenanigans.
Wait,
with
what's the
2023,
average? What's your
2024.
average score rate, Craig,
Okay.
per year?
I don't know about average. I could do average in a second, but totals.
Yeah.
Over the course of these 9 years, I think is what it ended up being. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Nope, 10 years. Okay, Russ, you ended with 59 points total. Raef, you ended with 78 points total.
Mm-hmm.
And I ended with 112 points total.
Wow.
All right.
I had there's a 20 in 2019 I got 20 points.
The person
I
who
think
hates predicting the most is the highest.
I was going to say, during my years where I was getting zeros, I kept pointing out that Craig hated the predictions episode, and yet he was the best at it. And that just
you got like 2016, 2017, you got back-to-back 4s, Russ.
Yeah.
2020, 2021, you got back-to-back 7s. And then you turned it all around at the end. 2022, you got 12, you won. 2023, you won with 10.
Yeah, I've been
Who's the
mojo
winniest?
The winniest is that would be I don't know. You won that one. So you won in 2014, Raef. I won in 2015. 2015 and 2016 and 2017. And then you won in 2018. And then I won in 2019 with that ridiculous score. And then you, Raef, won again in 2020. That's probably pandemic oriented, I would imagine.
Of course.
Then you won in 2022. Oh, no, the R's aren't going. Okay. And then Russ won in both 2022 and 2023.
Yeah, he's been on a winning streak. Yeah.
Yeah, you got it going on.
So you won 4 times, Raef. I won 1, 2, 3, 4 times, and Russ won twice.
Okay.
Right.
Yeah.
All right, guys, we ready to move right on to predictions for this year?
Yeah, we might as well move right on.
Yep.
All right. So I have to go first again because I keep winning. So that's a thing. All right. So here's my first prediction. Are you guys ready?
Yes.
I'm gonna cut and paste in here after I start to read it. So recently as this past Saturday, when Craig and Raef and I and our friend Dave were getting together to play a couple miniature games, because it was 4 of us, I thought, well, maybe we could play a board game. And Craig sort of stated that he was no longer enthusiastic about board games. I'm trying
that
to
is true. It is the truth.
So, but I'm going to make a prediction here about this. So here's my prediction. So even though Craig has recently stated that he is less than enthusiastic about board games,
I did.
there is a reboot of a classic coming out by Restoration Games that you're going to want to get a copy of.
Really?
And that is Crossbows and Catapults.
Is that a board game though?
It is now. So it doesn't matter. I'm just saying you are going to go.
And Catapults.
You're going to buy at least 1 copy of Crossbow and Catapults by Restoration Games this summer when it comes out, possibly more, but I'm just going to say 1. And I have a link.
And Catapults.
I have a link to the new version to show it to you because I just put it in the document. You're going to want this thing and you're going to buy at least 1 copy, possibly more. Even though Reese is well past the age to probably play a game like this, you're going to be like, it doesn't matter. I'm shooting little things at a wall and they knock down and there's little gates and little towers. Anyway, you're going to buy it. You're probably going to turn into some kind of terrain also, but that's not part of the
by Restoration Games.
Yeah, they do some good stuff. They've done several great games. They did the Dark Tower. They brought that back. They did. I just got Thunder Road from them. It's amazing. All right.
Oh, look at that! You build your little your little walls.
See, there's different kinds of flippers now. There's like the crossbow. There's the catapult.
Oh yeah, look at that. There's different kinds of catapults.
I'm telling you, and it's a Kickstarter now. But don't worry, it'll come out as a. It'll be Restoration does. You can order them on Amazon and stuff later. So, all right. So Craig, you have to go first because Raef got a 0. Do you agree or disagree with this prediction?
Oh, I disagree.
All right.
I disagree strongly.
Well, I can't kick it up. I predicted though. No. Raef, how do you feel about this?
He's not buying it. Nope. Nope. Right. Your enthusiasm will not trickle.
I love it. I love that it's going to exist, but I don't need
this. This is Shatterpoint all over again, guys. You wait. Just you wait. All right.
This Craig. Is a new Craig. He hoards a little less. He's somehow. What is your round 1 prediction, Craig? You can cut and paste it into the document.
My round 1 prediction.
Yeah.
Is an entertainment industry prediction.
All right.
It gets a little in the weeds.
These are good. Okay.
Yes, I want to point out that I did 2 of these for 2023 and they were both wrong. So,
okay, good. Yeah.
Okay. So my prediction is that 2024's Marvel slate of movies, which includes in this prediction all of the Sony Spider-Man universe movies, which includes Madam Web, Venom 3, and Kraven the Hunter. And then the only actual MCU movie coming out in 2024 is Deadpool 3. I believe all of those movies, all 4 of those movies, will come within 10% of the total box office take of just the MCU movies from 2023. Because they're much more successful generally than the Sony movies. But I think, even though it's almost all Sony Spider-Man movies, that 2023 was disappointing enough that these movies are going to beat or they're going to come within 10% of the box office total of Marvel's Guardians of the Galaxy and Quantumania.
Are you going to add up all the MCU movies from 2023 and you're going to add up all these other Marvel movies from
Correct. The
2024.
box office take of Marvel's Guardians of the Galaxy 3 and Quantum Mania.
Yeah.
And I'm going to say that the box office take of Madam Web, Venom 3, and Kraven the Hunter, along with Deadpool 3, is going to come within at least 10% of that MCU only 2023 total.
Did I capture that right, or are you going to paste it in here? I made some kind of notes here.
Oh, I can.
All right. So, Raef, I got to go first. I'm going to disagree.
Is there a new doc, or is it at the bottom?
It's at the bottom. Raef, would you like to agree or disagree?
I disagree.
All right, there you go. No kicking that up a notch. All right. Raef, what is your round one prediction?
So just so you know, I have to rely on your crappy typing skills because I don't have access to the document.
You can't cut and paste? Okay.
Nope. I tried before. I can't do it.
Yeah, I can't either. That's
weird.
I just tried and I couldn't. I'm requesting editing access now.
All right.
I did it earlier, Craig, but he denied me. I think that's part of the metagame. That's why he's been winning.
Deny you. All right. Okay.
I think it's why he's been winning. All right.
It doesn't even show up. Oh, wait, there's your request.
All right, Russ, mine are short. You'll be able to type mine in. Plus, I have deniability when I lose later.
Right, you have access now, Craig. All right, go ahead, Raef.
Paint. I'm going to paint my entire Cador model starter box and the booster. But what's the term for the booster box, Russ?
Army expansion box?
Yes, the Army expansion box. Now, before I explain, Craig, so you get a sense of how many models that is.
Yeah.
Just to be accurate, not the arms and the heads.
Yeah.
Not all the arms and the heads, Russ.
For the jacks. Okay.
Okay.
But table ready. Everything will be table ready, right?
Yes. Yes. Now, Craig, here we go. I haven't looked, but I've got 4 bubble wrapped bundles still. And I know one of those bundles is 3 snipers and a Cadorian dog. So we're talking, I haven't counted them. I can, if you want, I can add them up. Right. But, some way we can check the list. And Craig, what you want to know is I'm already not using them. Like this would be just for completionist sake. Like I'm not like dying to get them to the table. So I'm painting them. They're models that I'm not dying to use tomorrow.
Right.
So it's kind of a completionist project, not a need project.
Yeah. And how much have you already paid? Like, how much do you have left to paint?
I would say 25% is left to paint.
So you're saying that in the next 11 and a half months, you will paint 25% of the starter box and the expansion box?
No, I'm going to make it even easier so we don't get in the weeds. I'll have my entire Cador model starter box painted and the expansion box. So like we can during it now. Russ can Google it and he can put all the models in a list.
Yeah, but I'm just gonna agree with that right off the bat because you've come so far already.
I agree as well.
Okay.
All right, Raef, you got the option to kick it up a notch.
Nope.
All right, there you go. Okay, that's round one. All right, round two.
Yeah.
Here we go. I have a Star Wars related prediction.
Oh.
But not one you guys are going to appreciate. Here we go. Okay, so in 2023, a really solid Star Wars video game came out called Star Wars Jedi Survivor. It was the sequel to a prior Cal Star Wars game, which I also enjoyed. Very good. It scored an 85 on Metacritic, which is very, very solid. However, there's a new game that they've been previewing throughout this year, and it's due to ship in 2024, and that is Star Wars Outlaws. Now, what's exciting about this game to us Star Wars video game fans is that not only is it going to be a true open world game, which the Jedi Survivor is kind of open world, but not really. It's just very narrow areas you can go. It's going to be true open world, so more like GTA or Cyberpunk and that kind of stuff. But also, the main hero is not a Jedi, which we haven't had in a while. So this is actually you're playing sort of a shady
outlaw
scoundrel female Han Solo sort of situation. Yeah, exactly. It will release in 2024 is my prediction. It's going to release in 2024 and it will score better than Jedi Survivor on Metacritic. So it will be an 86 or better instead of the 85. That's my prediction. How do you both feel about that? Craig, you first.
I think I'm batting 500, following you blindly
Yes.
into the tech world. So I think I'm going to disagree.
Disagree.
Nice.
All right, I
Good.
can't change it.
Yeah.
I like that
Raef.
answer because he can't change it because Craig, on this one, you lose. We agree. This game's
Agree.
going to be awesome.
Yeah,
All right.
this looks crazy. Are you excited
It
about this?
sounds awesome, and the
Yes.
poster looks cool.
Yes,
Yeah, it looks
I'm
really
excited.
All right. There's a great trailer on YouTube if you haven't seen it before. Okay. Craig, what is your round 2 prediction?
Okay, this one's a little tough.
Okay.
Okay. I don't think I'm going to collect any new miniatures games, meaning get access to the rules and build a whole force in a game I do not currently have rules or miniatures for in all of 2024.
Okay. That's a good qualifier, Craig.
Yeah.
Already.
Define collect.
Like have a full usable army.
So you're basically saying like no new miniature games for you. You might
Correct.
play one, but you're not going to buy any.
Yeah, I'm not going to acquire the rules in any way or collect any game that I don't already have.
Should I put in 2024 on this, or do you want to be okay to bleed over?
I
that precedent I
have
set.
an itch on my nose. It feels like only one finger really.
So,
makes it
just for
feel
clarity, you're at Adepticon. Dave Farr talks you
Oh, yeah.
into some kooky.
No,
Star
I'm disagreeing.
Wars.
I'm disagreeing with this right away. This is no
Yeah,
way.
I figure. It's a Hail Mary, to be honest.
Yeah, I mean, you did pull off the Kickstarter, but I think the
know.
only reason you did that.
He has a new level of discipline.
No,
I'm gonna
no,
agree.
no, don't believe that. It's not discipline.
I'm agreeing.
It's budget constraints. So
I
my
agree.
prediction,
It is.
he got so into Shatterpoint.
It
nothing
is. I
better than
spent
Shatterpoint.
a lot
Even-
of money on
If
Shatterpoint.
he'd been twiddling his thumbs with nothing to buy and all
Right,
these
but
Kickstarters have gone by.
but there's more stuff coming out. Shatterpoint, he can get that.
I know,
he can
but
get
no,
Joan of
nope,
Arc. He can
nope,
get
nope.
40K.
I own a
It's
lot.
Adepticon.
I own a lot that I could develop
Yeah.
and build on.
Ross, it could be War Machine. You know how we loved his experience.
I don't think we're selling them on
Saturday.
War Machine.
Yeah, it
but,
could be War
but-
Machine.
but Craig, did you go to Adepticon last year?
No,
No, you did not.
I did
And
not.
that is why you didn't buy anything besides Shatterpoint. This year you're going to Adepticon. I think I'm disagreeing. Raef,
Okay, Shatterpoint was the big reveal at Adepticon.
I know.
I agree.
It'll be a
I
new
agree
one.
with
You're going to agree,
Greg.
Raef? Okay.
Yep.
Thank you,
Yep.
Raef.
Yep.
Rafe's a good friend. He's not a good motivator, but he's a good friend.
I'm motivating.
You're a
All right.
motivator today.
Raef, what is your round 2 prediction?
All right, Russell, we need the right terminology.
Oh, God. Here we go.
We are going to finish War Machine, whatever we're in. Is it Black Tide Season 2, Part
Yes.
2, Part
Yep.
3? Like, okay, whatever we are, we're going to finish and we'll begin. Is it called Season 3?
Yes.
Like, and we are not even halfway through, Craig. And Russ has had a lot of travel of late. Like, for example, we haven't played December, we haven't played January, and we won't be playing until maybe a couple, 2-3
Right.
weeks out.
Right. Yeah, they're actually up to season 4. So we're 2.5 seasons behind right now. All right, I'm going to agree with that because I feel like we're going to do that over the course of the year.
So Raef, you're gambling that I'm going to assume that now that Russ has earned his points, he's going to walk away from the table.
No,
That you're hoping that what my read on the situation is that that Russ is so mercenary that he only played this campaign with you so he could get those 2 points in the predictions episode, which won him the game, by the way.
yeah.
Right.
Well, that and his Shatterpoint.
So
prediction.
it's not far fetched.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I'm going to agree.
Oh, Rafe, would you like to kick it
You
up?
could kick it up. kick it up.
I'll kick it up. And Russ, do you have a sense of how many more missions we have in Black Tide Season 2? I'll
Yeah,
kick
so
into
each of the Black Tide campaigns are divided into 3 sections, and each section has 3 missions. So there's
Okay.
9 missions per campaign, 9 games basically per campaign.
All right.
So right now we are 4 missions in of the 9 missions in season 2.
Okay, so we got 5 more to go. I'm going to say, and we will finish 3 missions in Black Tide Season 3.
So you're going to make it from begin to 3 missions.
Yeah.
We are going to finish Black Tide Season 2. You're now
And
changing
finish
it to
and play
you'll get 2
at
games
least-
into Season 3.
At least 3 games.
3.
3 games. I still think that's
I agree with that too.
doable. I think Russ is loving War Machine. I think he's a good friend, and he's not mercenary in this one very narrow aspect.
All right.
I'll keep it at that.
Okay. All right. Moving on to round 3. Here's my prediction. So I needed to have a movie prediction. So
yes,
but then it dawned on me, and my prescience just exploded. This is, I should warn you both, this is like the Shatterpoint prediction. So just be ready to agree with me here. Okay. Because here's my thing. There are a lot of cool, interesting movies coming out in 2024. All right. Now I can't, the fates are cloudy on really, are they going to be amazing? Like, Craig, I thought your prediction was really interesting, trying to figure out the total revenue and compare it to other years. No. I had a vision. I can rank 4 of them by opening weekend numbers.
Really?
And here's what I'm going to do. So I'm going to rank them. Are you ready?
Yep.
I'm going to attempt to rank 4 of the nerd movies coming out next year. By opening weekend numbers. So basically, what's interesting about opening weekend numbers, that kind of analyzes the excitement for the movie. Right? Yeah. It doesn't really matter if it's a great movie, because the opening weekend, people who want to see it, they'll see it, and then it'll fall off if it sucks, right? So here's what I'm going to say. Of these 4 films. Number 1, not of all the rest of the movies, just of these 4, right?
Yes. I get it.
The top ranked opening weekend will be Deadpool 3. Right. Then the second best opening weekend of these 4 films will be Dune Part 2. So I'm already predicting Deadpool is going to beat Dune Part 2 on the opening weekend numbers.
Yeah.
Then are you ready for the third one? I'm gonna cut and paste it here for you, Craig. Don't worry.
Yeah, but I need to see it to remember.
Okay. Then the third one, you're gonna love this one. The new Joker movie, Folie à Deux. I think it's Deuce. I think it is. It's a musical sequel to the 2019 Joker movie starring Lady Gaga. That will
starring Lady Gaga.
Yeah. That'll be third.
Yeah.
And then last of these 4 movies would be Alien Romulus. So I'm saying that the new Alien movie,
what?
Alien Romulus. The new Alien movie will do worse than the Joker musical. Which will do worse than Dune, but then will also do worse than Deadpool. So now I've just put it up on the document so you guys can both see my list. All right. So here's my order again. It's opening weekend numbers: Deadpool 3, then Dune Part 2, then Joker, Folie à Deux, or Deux. How do you pronounce that?
Deux.
Okay, Folie à Deux, and then Alien Romulus. Craig, am I right or wrong on this?
Starting to starring.
Thank you. He's checking my grammar and spelling.
I'm editing.
He's editing. Craig, what do you think?
It's interesting, Russ, because it's these 4 movies.
Yeah.
Like isolated from all the others. So like Joker and Alien could both tank. And
I know. This is what makes it interesting. I think I've opened up a whole new genre of predictions here. Relativistic ranking. Right?
It is very interesting. I think.
Yeah.
I think I'm going to agree.
The question is, which
I'm
going
to agree.
You're going to agree? Wow, I nailed it. I told you the music was striking.
Joker has a huge cult following of people who think it's film.
But a musical with Lady Gaga?
Yeah, but Lady Gaga is huge, so you're going to pull in all the Lady Gaga people.
I'm going to have to kick this. I'm going to have to switch the order around a little bit. Okay.
Raef. I don't even know half of these three of these 4 movies. I don't even know we're coming out. I think this is another Russ.
Now don't forget, they have to come out also. If one of these doesn't come out, I'm wrong.
Yeah. You're going to be fine because I'm going to disagree. Okay. I think this is another one of Russ's predictions that has too many moving parts in it, and it'll fail.
But I disagree. I know what you're saying, Raef, but I disagree because it only looks like it has too many moving parts. It doesn't have any moving parts. It's literally these 4 things in isolation on their own.
It's brilliant that you agree with it because you're looking at those going, yeah, that's about right.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. All right. Yeah. Well, Craig is a movie buff, so Okay.
No, I would be disappointed. Well, I would want Alien. I haven't seen. I know nothing of Alien Romulus. I haven't seen anything.
Yeah.
So that was why I hesitated because those 2 could float, and I wouldn't be surprised.
Well, there's also a really good chance. I mean, Deadpool's coming out and Dune's coming out, but there's a chance that Joker or Alien doesn't make it out this year. that always.
That's true. They are still kind of in disarray.
But Deadpool and Dune, I think, were both delayed because of the writer's strike. So I think they're coming.
They were. Yeah, they were.
All right. So that was my prediction. All right, Craig, what was your round?
All right. Okay. Mine is a quick one.
All
No
right,
pun intended. So starting in November, Reese and I started running road races together.
Oh.
To try to get me back in shape and keep him in shape during the soccer off season. And we're averaging about one a month.
Yeah.
And I think, and I haven't come anywhere close to breaking the 10-minute mile live out on the streets. Because now we're talking hills. We're talking, I'm in a crowd of people. The organization that we do our running with now is like these races are averaging about 1,500 people per race.
Yeah.
So it's a big event. So I think the best I've done is I think a 12-minute mile under those circumstances. But I'm going to continue running them with Reese, and I think I'll be able to get below 10 minutes twice to make sure that it wasn't a fluke in an official race.
I like that. I'm gonna have to agree with you because you just said earlier you've been able to run an 8-minute mile. So
no, not 8. I've never done an 8.
I'm gonna agree with you anyway. I think that's too easy.
Yeah.
I'm feeling this one, Craig. You're going to do it.
All right. Agree. Craig, you want to kick it up?
Wait, let me see what I said for a push.
Just lower it to 9 minutes.
9 minutes. No.
Just lower it to 7-minute mile.
No.
7-minute mile.
No.
1 minute.
How about if I say I'll win 3? I mean, I'll break 10 minutes in 3
races. Once you hit a 10-minute mile, you're going to get it over and over again.
And that is not the case. These are all different races all over the state.
I'll disagree at 3.
At 3.
So you got to raise it to 3.
Yeah.
All right. We'll make the change here in the official document.
Yeah. You go ahead and
3. Okay. There we go. All right. Nice. Raef, what was your third prediction here for 2020?
First, I'd like to make a correction to my second prediction. Now that I didn't boost it, I want to go back to and play the beginning of Black Tide Season 3. I don't want to lose because we only get 2 games in. So going back to my prediction.
Okay, right.
Since I didn't push it, I want to go back to my original.
Start. Okay, that's a correction, right?
Yep. All right. My third is that I will get a game of X-Wing that used to be the Fantasy Flight Games. I forget who owns it now. It's not Atomic Games. It might be, though.
It is Atomic Mass.
Okay. I will get a game of Atomic Games' X-Wing to the table, meaning I'll play a game. One game. And it'll be with the new rules. So I have to spend $100 to upgrade the dials and stuff.
Do they have to be your dials and stuff? Like we know people who have all that.
Oh, we do?
Yeah, Matt Alex has all that.
Oh, no, I kind of want to do it, but I don't want to spend $100 on a game I'm never going to play again. So that's what the push part is for me.
One's not very many though. I feel like if you pay the $100, you're going to play more than one.
Don't put $100 because it might only be 98. I'm not going to fall into that.
Not only that, it's actually going to be probably those have come down a lot in retail.
So it's with the new Atomic Mass Games upgrades to play the new rules.
So you would need to buy 2 packs,
because I'm going to buy Rebels
or a Scum and Villainy pack.
And then
it's going to require you purchase upgrades, right? So that's just so
2. Put 2 so it could be quantifiable.
Yeah,
2 games. You said 2
purchasing games. 2 upgrade packs.
Yeah. All right,
and there's 5 upgrade packs to purchase.
But you're claiming you're only going to play 1 game after you buy 2
that's right. There's New Order and
I'm going to say I'm going to agree with that because 1 game's not enough. Like 1 game.
I'm going to agree with it also.
Okay, I'm fine with just keeping it.
Okay.
All right.
Round 4. Here we go. My prediction for round 4. I was feeling really good about this whole new list thing. I'm starting a new paradigm, and the paradigm is lists of predictions. So this time, to mix it up, though, I'm going to say 2 of these 3 space exploration events will succeed this year. All right. So here you go. Right. I'm going to put the list right in the screen so people can read it. I'm reading it to you.
Okay.
Here's the list. So 2 of these 3 space exploration events will succeed this year. 1, Artemis 2. So supposedly this year, NASA is going to send astronauts a manned mission to go out, orbit the moon, and come back. 4 people, supposedly. So that's one of the ones that might work out. The second one that might work out is called Polaris Dawn, which is a SpaceX mission, but they're going to do their first commercial spacewalk. So a billionaire dude is paying lots of money to be able to go floating around in space. So on a, in a suit. So that's going to happen supposedly this year. And then the third one, mostly because I like the name of this company, Firefly Aerospace down in Texas. They're going to deliver some payloads to the moon's surface, which might be, I have to go look this up, but it's one of the first commercial. Everybody else has been country sponsoring it. But anyway, so Firefly Aerospace is going to try to put some payloads on the moon. So my prediction is at least 2 of these 3 things will happen.
Yeah.
Successful.
Okay. Well, I'm a big fan of SpaceX and what they can pull off. So I think that's probably going to happen if that's their goal. Mm-hmm. And I think anyone smart enough to name their company Firefly Aerospace can certainly drop a couple loads on the moon. So I'm going to say I agree.
All right. You agree. Raef, how do you feel about this?
I have a question on B. Does it have to be billionaire Jared Isaacman, or can it be anybody?
Well, he's the one scheduled to walk. So
I know, but I want to be again.
I was just going. I put that in the prediction, so I got to stick with it.
Okay, so if Artemis
if he cancels out and someone else goes, it doesn't count.
Doesn't count. Okay,
is the way I worded it. Correct. Yeah,
I'm going to agree.
Okay, then I'm going to kick it up a notch. I'm going to say all 3 of these things will succeed.
Oh. All 3 have to, huh?
All of these 3 space exploration events will succeed. Now, what do you guys say? Craig?
I'll disagree.
Raef?
I'm going to disagree, but I want it locked in somehow that you're being specific with B, and I'm not going to fall prey to some shenanigans. No,
I haven't done any shenanigans. I've stayed to the letter of the word.
No, I'm saying that it'll be a different billionaire, and you were like, no, Jared was just an example.
Okay. Raef's writing in. Craig's writing in. It must be Jared. So there we go. Yeah. All right. Fair.
All right.
All right. Craig, what's your round 4 prediction?
Okay. My round 4 prediction is I'm dipping back into the gaming industry for this one. And I'm visiting an old favorite, actually 2 old favorites. So Fantasy Flight Games, believe it or not, is still making games. They really only focus on card games now, apparently. And they have a brand new TCG game coming out in 2024 called Star Wars Unlimited Spark of Rebellion.
Okay.
And it is currently somewhere around 7 on Board Game Geek in anticipation because nobody's got it. They don't know what it's like. I think it's going to fail miserably.
Oh.
And by the end of 2024, it's going to have a rating of 6 or less.
I agree with that. Raef?
Why do you think it's going to
I hate to be negative, but I'm going to agree with that.
Why do you think it's going to fail?
Why do I think it's going to I just think that Fantasy Flight is fading, sadly. And they're one of the first people who hired me as a writer. I enjoyed my time with them, but they go to the well too many times with their card game model. And I don't think it's even though it's Star Wars, I think there's a lot of Star Wars games out there now.
Right. So Arkham Horror is like one of the best games ever created. Living card game. So I'm going to agree. I'm going to disagree. I think it'll be good.
Okay. It actually not only it has to really suck to drop to 6. So this one's unlikely, but this is what I was feeling in my gut.
Okay.
Right.
As I scrolled around looking.
My next prediction is that I will play 3 tabletop RPGs in 2024. I am not in a campaign with anybody. I get asked occasionally by Ian or Andy to play. I don't think I played 3 last year, but I could be wrong. And play counts either play or GM.
Does it have to be 3 different campaigns or the
No.
same campaign? There's just it could be the same game and the same campaign, just 3 sessions.
3 separate sessions, and it counts as DMing or being a player.
But only
and-
so not 3 different campaigns, just 3
3
sessions,
sessions.
like 3 nights of gaming.
Right.
Yeah. And
Total.
not at a convention.
Right.
Well, I take that back. It could.
Why does
it's
that
like
matter?
it's a private game. Well, I don't want you to think I'm going to go to Adepticon and rack up 3 demo sessions or
I don't
something.
think you're going
like
to go
that.
Adepticon. You're still a hermit.
I'm going to Adepticon.
Are you? Oh, so
Yeah.
much for the hermit.
So it counts if Doc runs a 4-hour, like 3 private sessions, but not hosted by where I buy a ticket to play a
Right.
2-hour.
What if Doc hosts it at Adepticon for you and his?
That
his
counts? I'm not buying a ticket at a convention.
We're not going to put the qualifier on there. All right. I'm going to disagree. I don't see it happening. Craig?
I'm gonna. I mean, it comes down to you, Raef, because I know that Andy and that whole crew are locked into a role-playing game death spiral. It's like almost all they do currently. So the opportunities are going to be there. The question is, are you going to emerge from your shell 3 times? I don't know.
I've got an aggressive War Machine schedule set by Wakeland, so
That's true.
That's
War
right,
Machine
baby.
is going to impinge upon that. I'm gonna agree.
Agree.
Yeah. It's gonna split
Right.
the points on that one.
Round 5. Okay. This is kind of in a little bit in the face of your plan.
Uh-oh.
I'm sorry, but I'm going to predict that no other game will have the staying power that War Machine does for Russ and Raef. We're going to continue our regular playing in the league and our model acquisition. So I'm just going to, it's kind of the same prediction you already made, Raef. So I'm going to have to.
when you say league, you mean campaign.
I mean campaign, yes. So that's my prediction. I'll switch it to campaign. And we're going to continue model acquisition, which would just at this point just means buy more. Craig, do you agree or disagree?
Do I agree or disagree?
Wait, Craig has to know insider information.
What's that?
On its way from the store is already 4 new models. So I don't know if you want to count that. 2 Reef Trolls and 2 Solos.
Well, all that means is that you're doubling down and you're getting a whole new army.
No, that's to support my Brine Bloods.
Right, but you've got Kador,
Right.
And I have Brine Bloods.
and now you've got Brine Bloods.
Yeah, I just want to let you know that the model acquisition is literally on a shipping truck. That's insider
Right.
information.
So does this mean any game, Russ, or does this mean no other miniatures game?
No, I didn't say there's no other games. I'm sorry. I just meant no other game would have the staying power. I didn't mean.
So, like, if you finally get is Monster
Not a
Apocalypse dead and
relativistic
you'll never
prediction.
get it?
I'll take that part out because that wasn't meant to be. That was just more an anecdotal comment, not really part of the.
Okay.
I'll just say that War Machine's staying power will continue.
Okay. I need more. How do you codify that? Like Raef came out and gave us a number of.
I know.
Games.
Okay, how about this? We will finish both season 2
I love when
and
Russ
season 3.
talks at the speedy types.
of Black Tide. All right, so we're going to finish.
How many
Ray
games
said
are in one season?
9. So Ray
9.
said we were just going to finish 2 and start 3. I'm saying we're going to finish 2 and finish 3.
So you're saying that like you're going to play 7 or 8 more games
Oh yeah,
than Raef is saying.
yes.
Wow, Russ must already know his year's travel schedule because that's really the only thing that gums it up. And my RPG schedule.
Yeah,
You never know what I'm going to do,
yeah,
Russ.
yeah. I know you're random. I know it's a bold prediction. Bold.
War Machines will continue.
I have a double down. I haven't used it either because I have a double down level. If you guys both agree with me, I'm ready to go on this one.
Yeah, I don't know. I think you're like a terrier when you get your teeth fixed into something. So I'm going to agree.
I agree.
All right, I'm going to double down then. Ready, Raef? You ready for this?
Yep.
Double down. Here we go. We are going to pick up at least 2 more regulars in our group, and Dave's already coming in, so that's 1 more already. We're gonna get 2 more regulars.
Dave might be coming in. I mean, Dave's bought an army, but
This is a prediction. You can quibble. I'm
letting Craig know insider information.
Here, tell you what, I'm going to take Dave out. I'm just going to make 2 more regulars. Period. Boom. There you go.
How are we defining regular?
Good question.
He'll play at least 4 games.
Okay, the regulars will play at least 4 games. All right.
Yeah.
Each or combined?
Each. Well, you guys are sticklers on this one. Each. Okay, here we go. Got it. All right, Craig, what do you feel about that?
I disagree.
All right, sweet. Raef?
I disagree too, because I don't know who beyond Dave we're going to get.
It's coming. All right, Craig, on to you.
Wait. That's insider information.
I don't have insider information.
If you've got invites already out there.
No. I'm just saying the game is growing. My confidence in the game's excitement is all. Okay. I don't have any inside information. I don't know who it would be either. I can't tell you anybody. I don't know.
All right.
Rose does graduate.
Exactly. Yeah, but she's still in Milwaukee. I'm trying to train Kit, but she's not buying it.
she's a hoot to play games with, I'll tell you.
She's pretty fun. Yeah, I'm trying to. That's a different. Should be a prediction about that. That would have been good. All right, Craig, go ahead, buddy.
Yeah. All right. I'm going back into the entertainment industry because that really screwed me over this year.
You're so good at it.
So I'm gonna double down. Okay. And this is actually a retread of the 2023. I'm going to say that by the end of 2024, we are going to know at least the premise of the first 40K show or movie that that Amazon and Henry Cavill are going to.
Well, you're like a dog with a bone on this one.
I know.
All right.
I should say all of the articles about this are constantly warning the fanboys that once an agreement is signed, any product is usually 2 to 3 years away.
Yeah, I'm going to disagree right out of the gate. Just no.
Disagree.
All right. Wow.
Your movie prognostication's been so bad. It's almost
horrible. It's been horrible. I don't know what's been done. What?
It's a free point, man. Just sit there.
I blame COVID.
All
COVID
right.
stripped me of my ability to see into Hollywood's heart.
Yeah, it's
This has almost become redundant, but Robinson Crusoe will ship, which is pretty much a foregone conclusion. And I will play 2 games in 2024, which is only 11 months left. You know what? I want to
play.
It's only 11 months.
Now wait, I've been keeping count. You're going to play 3 sessions of role playing and 121 games of War Machine and 2 games of Robinson Crusoe.
Yeah, except I want to change this.
Uh-oh.
Okay.
Already?
Before. Oh, we're not recording. Never mind. I was going to say before we next recorded.
Yeah, that'd be a long window.
Yeah, there you go.
So 2024.
I mean, we might. There's an outside chance we get back together and record, but I don't know. And it'd probably be in December. Honestly, you'd lose some bandwidth.
All right. Well, Russ has to make the call first.
I'm still going to disagree. There's too much going on.
I mean, I don't even have the game yet.
I'm not. This game doesn't blow me away. I know you like a lot of weird games I don't like, but that one, no.
Okay.
I'm going to agree.
Oh wow! Look at that. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Round 6. Second to last. Are you guys ready for this prediction?
I don't know.
All right. You know how I like to throw like a technology prediction in here? So this.
I love those.
And this one, I can't take full credit for this. A friend of mine told me he read about this. Someone else predicted this. So I don't. He didn't tell me where he saw it, so can't give them credit. But I had to steal it because I thought it was so good. And I tweaked this slightly to make it mine. But here you go. You ready?
Yep.
A generative AI persona will be accidentally elected somewhere to office. Okay. It won't be on purpose. It'll just be accidentally. Oh no, I'm sorry. I wanted to qualify it to be accidentally or on purpose. So either the voters will know and not care, or it will be accidental.
Huh. How is define accidental?
Well, like it's a deep fake, and there's this person you can vote for, and everybody thinks they're real. But
so it's not accidentally, they unknowingly elect.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Or yeah, how do you want to frame that? Yeah.
Yeah. Well, accidentally would mean like they Yeah.
Yeah, not that it's like voter fraud, just like it's like accidentally, like they didn't
accidentally
know,
kind of
they were
mean
unwittingly
bubbled in the wrong bubble, but you're not
Yeah, so
saying
he unknowingly or knowingly. It could be knowingly. It could actually be, yeah, this is kind of fun. And the voters are like, yeah, this AI is just really saying all the right things, and they just vote for it.
I disagree.
I could see that happening. Okay.
I like this so much. I'm agreeing.
Oh, come on, give me the 2 points. All right. I mean, we've had some weird election victories in the past 8 years, so I kind of feel like this isn't as crazy as it sounds.
It's not completely out of whack.
You know, it'd be sort of like par for the course at this point, honestly. All right, Craig, what's your round 6 prediction?
All right, I'm going back into the gaming industry here.
Are you now?
All right, and it's about the new epic scale game from Games Workshop. Okay.
Yep.
This game has been plagued with delays and product availability issues and supply chain issues. So it's really had a stuttering start. It just got out, I think, just a couple months ago when it was supposed to release almost a year ago. It is a Horus Heresy game, which is entirely one side of humanity versus the other side of humanity. So you've got the Space Army or the Imperial Guard. You have the Traitor Marines versus Loyalist Marines, and you have the Titans, and you have the airplanes, and they're all in there. Okay, I'm going to say that by the end of 2024, they will have at least announced at least one additional faction for this game that is currently like a complete dichotomy. There's two. The whole game is designed around two warring. It's
only got two factions, Russ. It's only got two factions.
War.
I know. All right, I'm going to disagree.
Yeah, I gotta admit this goes against everything that GW is actually.
GW is not rolling that way lately. They just throw crap out, people buy it, and they move on.
I think Craig's right, and I want to point out where we're reminiscing about the D6G. Russ, I think this was one of the most brilliant things you've said over the past 15 years. Is the rule of 4, that a game succeeds when it has the 4 factions? Because I think Imperialis, from the way Dave Farr describes it, it's a really fun game, but the problem is you're playing Marines versus Guard. Now what do you do? So I think you
Marines
really
versus Marines.
Right.
Yeah, right. And so I'm agreeing with Craig, and I'm patting you on the back for coming up with any game designer in a miniature game. You have to follow Russ's rule. It's called Russ's rule. Okay. By the way, while we're on it, there's no such thing as slap chop. It's Gallant Chop. He created it first. Okay. So it's every miniature painter, it's Gallant Chop, and everybody listening, Russ's rule says 4 factions minimum.
Yeah.
All right. There you go.
At launch.
At launch.
Yeah, at launch. They've already missed it. The boat's been missed.
At launch.
The window's
the
closed.
ship has set sail.
Yeah.
All right. Raef, what was your round 6 predictions?
I just wanted to rant. Okay. Mists of Pandaria Classic, which, by the way, is the next expansion after Cataclysm. Mists of Pandaria Classic will be confirmed in 2024, probably around BlizzCon, and it'll release in 2025.
Well, now that prediction is too far in the future.
Nope, I'm saying the announcement is, but you can take away.
Okay,
you could take away to 2025.
Okay.
Now, I'd like to give Craig some insider knowledge.
Okay.
Nobody knows. Right now, there's so much World of Warcraft that's not funny. You can play World of Warcraft retail. You can play Classic. You can play Wrath of the Lich King Classic. And you can play Seasons of Discovery. So it could be there's 4 different games. Like you can't have one tune in all 4 games. Could be that like people are kind of tired, or they just want to stay in Wrath, or the internet nerds don't know. It's not a foregone conclusion, but I do think Blizzard likes the pacing of it, and they're just going to keep it going.
All right. Okay. I have no idea about this, but it feels like a softball compared to last year, so I'm going to agree.
It was a softball last year too, if I would have had it right. And we need to clarify the next expansion for WoW. That is the next expansion in the classic timeline for WoW.
Yeah, I feel like I agreed last time, and it would have been correct if you had gotten the right name.
That's right.
Right.
That's right.
So I'm going to agree.
Okay.
You want to double down or no?
Now I'll just keep it.
Okay. Round 7, final prediction. Potentially ever, but there might be. I mean, who knows? Who knows? The future is cloudy on that particular part, but
it's always hard to even think about not doing it anymore after we've just done it for a couple hours.
Well, the funny part is I'm really enjoying the prediction episodes, so I could almost see
crashing back.
I could almost see us just doing one episode a year. That's the prediction episode, which would be hilarious. We just put a whole new stamp on pod fading. That'd be great. So, my prediction is actually about the end of the show. So despite the show ending, Craig's geek community footprint will continue to expand. And he will attend at least 2 cons this year and have more books. You just told us you already had another book. That part's probably boring. But I'm going to say you're going to go to at least 2 cons this year to promote and attend your geeky glory.
Well, I went to 2 cons this year, and I'm already scheduled to go to 2 cons next year.
All right.
And I just got the offer to do the next
another book,
Infinity book. So yes, I agree.
Oh, cool. That's easy.
Raef? I agree.
Well, I got to kick this up a notch then.
Yeah. The insider knowledge there is something would have to go horribly wrong.
All right.
For that.
I'm going to make it 3 cons and a new book offer you don't expect.
A new book offer that is not on the horizon at all.
Not currently on radar. Yeah. This is kind of like the Raef prediction. Do something you didn't expect.
Yeah. I'm going to agree because that would be awesome.
Raef?
Disagree.
All right.
There's going to be, there'll just be some reason he can't make that 3rd con.
All right.
He's going to get the new book offer if you want to dial me in there. But
and is it it's only I have to go to these to promote books. Like if I go,
it doesn't matter why you go.
That wouldn't count.
No, it doesn't matter why you go. It's just because you're geek and you like to do geeky things.
Are you Are you categorizing it if it's Pokey Poke Con up in Portland for miniature games?
Doesn't matter. Yeah. This is what it is as written.
Yeah, you know what? I want to agree. Craig's in an all-new con state of mind.
No, you can't boost twice. There it is. Okay, Craig.
You can boost twice. We agreed.
Can you? Oh, yeah. Nah, I think you can only boost once. I don't know.
No, that's not true. That's not a rule.
All right. I'll make it. No, I feel like that's already a stretch. I'm actually surprised.
Okay. Yeah.
All right, Craig.
Yeah.
What's your round 7 prediction?
Here it is. It's I'm trying to be positive here.
Okay.
I'm going to say in 2024, I'm going to be involved in at least 1 new miniatures campaign, meaning new, like it's not an ongoing campaign or a continuation of a campaign I've had before.
But it's not a new
game. And remember, I did say I'm not going to have any new miniatures games, so I won't have that motivation.
I'm going to disagree.
Is he coming out on Tuesdays, Russ? Is this what I'm hearing?
No, I'm disagreeing because, Raef, this is an easy one to score points on. Because all we got to do is get him into some new miniature game, and we score 2 questions.
Yeah, I disagree. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. It's easy. Okay.
No, I just said I'm going to be involved in 1 new miniature campaign.
No, but it can't be a new miniature game campaign. So now, if you're wrong, if you play a new miniature game in a campaign, you're doubly wrong.
So what is that again?
Sorry, it's your prediction. It's in writing now.
This says I will be involved in at least 1 new miniatures campaign in 2024.
Remembering your previous prediction, no new miniature games.
Right. So it's not a new game. It's a new campaign.
Agreed. So if we can get you to play a new campaign with a new game,
then you would not get that point.
Technically speaking.
With a new game.
Yes, I get both points.
Technically speaking.
No, that would be double dipping. The prediction is I will play in a new game and a new campaign. That's the prediction.
So what is the last?
I'm just saying to leaven that. Remember that I did say I'm not going to pick up a new game, so that would make it less likely that I would campaign if I don't pick up.
So you want points if you find a new miniature game you like and play a campaign. This would count.
This would count. Yes, I am highlighting the actual prediction aspect.
You can lose one prediction for another prediction too.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you wrote them poorly, yes.
We're gonna put a line through that.
Maybe there was maybe that's a reason.
All right. You want to remove
right.
that last sentence just to avoid the argument next year? Or are you good?
What?
You don't need the remembering part. That
No,
makes it
get
look
rid
like
of
a
that.
prediction. Take that part off.
Get rid of that.
All right, I'll get rid of that.
All right.
Here we go.
Mine
All
is
right, Raef,
Craig,
last prediction. What do you got?
You'll be happy to know
Yeah.
your nuts are safe this year.
Well, that's good.
Okay. Russ, your nuts are safe. And my nuts are safe. I've got no images of anybody's nuts. Okay.
Oh,
all right.
Okay.
In 2024, I will do something I never thought I would do before.
This is really such a vague prediction, dude.
It is, but I mean, look at me. I say I'm going to meditate 100 times and I don't even do it. So you can trust
But at least
me.
meditation is very quantifiable.
Yeah, but you can trust me. It's not
Well,
like
I trust you. It's just a very vague prediction.
Give me an example of something you never thought you'd do that you did.
Well, I have nothing on the mind.
He has to not have thought of it.
Right, exactly.
No, I'm not asking you to tell me something you never thought you'd do.
Okay, here's an example.
What is something that you never thought you'd do, but you did?
I will never jump out of a plane.
That's
so it'd be like I parachute. Okay, that's an example.
Can we change this to Raef will not parachute in 2020 or Raef will parachute in 2024?
Here's something I would do, like doesn't count for Russ. Like dancing in a nightclub in a city. Yeah, I would do that. That doesn't count, Craig. So it has to be something that I'm like, I don't know, man. I never thought I would do X.
Feels like a softball, but because you could just make anything up. Like, I mean, I know you would.
Could.
Weird. Yeah.
But I don't have the energy for that.
Okay. Okay. All right. I don't know if I can allow this, but I'm going to disagree anyway.
Okay.
Craig?
So play lead solo in a band. Nope, that counts. I would think about doing that. It would be like
shaving your head.
Yes, shaving my head. There we go. As it's I'm not playing. I don't want any more tattoos. I'm done with tattoos.
Getting a bikini wax.
There you go. That
I got 1 million of them.
that would work.
Russ has had 1 million bikini waxes. Cut that. That's our soundbite for today.
Clip it. Cut that. Clip it. It's a wrap. All right, Craig, are you agreeing or disagreeing?
I agree. I think Rafe's going to do something wacky in 2024.
All right, now what we got to do now is get Raef to have a bikini wax, and we're good to go. All right, that's it. We have made our predictions for next year. We're going to figure out how we validate them. Well, more to come on that. Keep an eye on our social feeds. But before we go and bid adieu into the fond farewell here, we need to get our bonus prediction, which is who's going to be in the lead at the end of the round before you potentially earn the bonus point. I'm going to predict Raef is going to just somehow pull it out.
Really?
Yeah.
Raef, huh? Raef.
Yep.
Raef.
It's all about that last vague prediction. It's going to pull him over the line.
Raef. I'm looking. Raef's got... Raef has a bunch of 1 point predictions where we agreed and he didn't boost it.
I know. That means they're easy. They're all going to come true.
I haven't won in years.
I don't think it's possible unless you and I got everything wrong.
Hey,
yeah.
see Raef today.
I'm going to say Russ.
Okay.
I'm going to say Russ.
Wow. All right. See, look, you win 2 in a row, and all of a sudden,
yeah. See,
you're the favorite.
You are directionally correct.
I have a farewell I'd like to give before you hit the end button.
All right, go ahead.
Okay. All right. To all of those that have listened for all these years, thank you. I appreciate all those many, many hours that you guys listened, gave us great feedback. Fond farewell to everybody. See you in the next one, and happy gaming.
Absolutely. I'd like to thank everybody for everything that they've brought to us, that community that they've helped us build and then let us be a part of, and sharing their lives. And I deeply, deeply appreciate every email and tweet that we ever had that thanked us for helping you out in difficult times, because you guys have really helped us through some very, very hard times ourselves.
Agreed 100%. I would echo both your sentiments. And the only other thing I could add to that would be So long, and thanks for all the fish.
Thanks for all the fish.
Achievement unlocked! You've made it to the end of another D6 Generation episode, the podcast whose humor has universally been acclaimed as not too horrible. Please let us know what you thought of the show by emailing us at info@the d6generation.com. If for some inexplicable reason you actually enjoyed this show, you can help others find out about it by leaving positive reviews on iTunes. Thanks for listening and happy gaming.